Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it. Marian Wright Edelman.
Welcome to the Black History edition of the Peace and Social Justice Report. My name is Jamin Washington.
And I'm Dana Murray.
We'll talk about the essence of blackness, including Black history and culture in Philadelphia, Black heroes in history, and future leaders.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Social Justice Chat. Today we'll be talking about Black History. Black History Month is an annual celebration taken in the month of February where we celebrate Black activists, influencers, and leaders. It is a time where African Americans honor and thank our Black heroes for what they did for us. It is a celebration where we remember important people, events, and celebrate the history of the African diaspora. Here at Parkway, students have chosen to celebrate Black History Month by dressing up as famous Black leaders and activists of their choice and telling their story by answering some interview questions.
Welcome to the very first episode of Black History Heroes. Today we're here with Shirley Chisholm, Mary McLeod Bethune, Marian Anderson, Congressman John Lewis, Claudette Colvin, and the one and only Muhammad Ali. My question here for all the panelists here is, how have you used your voice to advocate for peace and social justice?
I was the first Black woman to have a seat on Congress in 1968, which later inspired me to run for president in 1972, which inspired millions of women and people of color. Power to the people.
I believe the most important issue for me is Black education. So the first step I made was the Mary McLeod Bethune School to start equality for Black people in America.
Along with the speeches I've said in the press, I've used my voice vocally through singing at the Lincoln Memorial to empower others against the prejudiced biases of African Americans and to encourage Blacks to continue to fight for equality.
During the Civil Rights Movement, I've used the phrase good trouble for people to speak out and protest. I also advocated for voting rights. The voting rights bill, named after me, is in the Senate, and if passed, the bill will protect voting rights and voter suppression for all Americans.
Even though I was 15 years old, I too refused to move my seat on the bus. My 3 classmates got up, but someone had to say it wasn't right, so I did. It was my constitutional right to sit in that seat just as much as her. I got handcuffed and hauled off the bus, but I wasn't going to give up my seat voluntarily.
As the most dominant boxer of all time, I use my platform to promote my good friend Malcolm X's message of peace and social justice for all Black people. I was also stripped of my heavyweight title because I did not want to fight in an unjust war.
Thank you for joining us on Black History Heroes. Remember to always use your voice and fight against injustice. Power to the people.
Carter G. Woodson was a scholar whose dedication to celebrating the historic contributions of Black people led to the establishment of Black History Month. Woodson strongly believed that Black people should be proud of their heritage and all Americans should understand and acknowledge their many overlooked achievements.
Not only is February the month of highlighting and celebrating Black excellence, but it is also the month we celebrate love.
Malcolm X said the Black woman is the most disrespected person on the planet, and too often we hear and see this in our music and personal interactions.
So we created this segment titled How to Respect a Black Woman to help change the narrative.
Yeah, 3,000 on my neck. Yo, shorty. I say, yo, shorty. What's up with you, though? Where that number at, though?
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
But what's up with the number, though? I said.
I'm okay.
All right, man. You know body. She give a head. Yeah.
That is not how you respect a Black woman.
Excuse me. Hi. Is it okay if I sit here?
Oh, you go ahead. You're fine.
Thank you. What book you read?
Oh, this is by Toni Morrison.
You know, that's one of my favorite authors.
That's one of my favorite authors, too. I
Wow.
love it.
You know, that's crazy. Maybe we could, give each other our numbers and we could discuss it.
I would love it.
Okay.
Now that's how you respect a Black woman.
I'm Star Ray, and I went around the school asking people What are the most important issues facing the next generation of African American leadership?
I would say poverty, because poverty prevents, a lot of us, and people from excelling and getting out there and creating the change that they want to see.
You need to stop the killing, because if you keep killing up everybody, you're not going to have a next generation.
Leadership. Leadership that can make us a part of this country, more so than we've ever been before. That's all.
Voting. I'd like to see 1% of all black youth register to vote when they're 18.
An issue I feel like we should work on is colorism, and I feel like we can fix that by adding more darker skinned people inside of media and other representation like that.
I would say gun violence, and I would like to see kids peacefully march against gun violence.
The biggest problem is financial literacy. I like to see more people get involved with entrepreneurship and the stock market and education.
White privilege and discrimination is a big issue for the next generation of African American leaders. And one way to solve that is to come together as black people and not bring each other down.
Eagle Safety Rodney McLeod and his wife Erica McLeod met with Academy leaders through their nonprofit youth organization, Game Changers.
High school to all come together and create a large summit within the Philadelphia community full of young people, so that you guys can do exactly what you're doing right here and right now, and so that we can problem solve, so that we can find solutions, so that you guys can build off of one another's ideas. You guys, as the leaders of Parkway, can now take what you learned from that summit and bring it back.
Leaders served as a focus group for the organization, discussing new initiatives and youth advocacy. This was a wonderful platform for Academy leaders to amplify their voices.
From our Black Culture segment, over the weekend, the Peace and Social Justice Academy visited the African American Museum in Center City. Here's what they discovered.
In February, Academy leaders and families visited the African American Museum. We experienced the richness of African American heritage and culture come alive in 4 magnificent exhibits filled with exciting history and fascinating art.
Well, that will close out today's broadcast. This is Jamin Washington.
And this is Dana Murray signing off for the Peace and Social Justice broadcast.
Remember to use your voice to fight for honesty and truth against injustice. Wakanda forever!